We are well and truly underway out here in the stunning desert dunes. Welcome to stage 2 of the 2023 Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge. Another day lies in wait for the elite drivers and riders of the W2RC. Stage 2 presented by ADNOC Distribution, and it's a short road section before the stage starts from Madinat Zayed, continuing for 257 kilometres before reaching the Al Zamul Road finish line. Another early start for the riders in the W2RC and a long day of competition in the bike category. As always, it proved to be a close-fought thing. Winner of stage 1 and overnight leader Pablo Quintanilla opened proceedings. First into the sand means no tracks to follow from anyone else, and that makes navigation a complex task. 9th fastest today, and he drops to 2nd overall.
This is the first part of the marathon stage. As we know, we don't have assistance, so it's important to don't have any big issue with the bike. We still have a 3 tough day in front. Every day feels really long. The stages are not so long, but for the body feels really long.
2022 Rally 2 champion Mason Klein only managed 9th fastest on day 1, and he knew that was not good enough. Today he opened up the taps and arrived at the 37-kilometre mark leading the class. But he couldn't maintain that pace, eventually finishing today's stage in 6th. Remember the name though, Mason Klein, a guaranteed star of the future. Perhaps the ride of the day though came from Adrian van Beveren. 2nd into the stage this morning, the Frenchman put in a spectacular performance, particularly in the final 50 kilometres, dragging himself up into 5th. Taking into account his bonus time for today's effort, Van Beveren now leads the rally overall. Teammate Ricky Brabeck on the sister Honda was 4th fastest today, dropping over 6 minutes on day 1, and is now desperately trying to claw back time. He lies 7th overall, but only 5 minutes off the lead and still very much in this fight. After a quiet start to this year's Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, Skyler Howes on the Husqvarna made good use of his strong start position and ran the majority of today's stage in 2nd place. The American finished 1 minute and 44 seconds off the pace to eventually finish 3rd, but his day's work was not done yet.
Today it definitely got pretty warm out there. It was really hot and really physically demanding. It's a marathon stage, so we got to take care of the bike, and got a little bit of work to do today, so hopefully we can get that checked off and be ready for tomorrow.
The fastest of the Honda factory riders today was Jose Ignacio Corneo Florimo on the CRF 450. The Chilean rider 2nd quickest today in what was a smooth run through the desert. He lies 4th overall. But out front and winning the stage convincingly on the Husqvarna was Luciano Benavides. He arrived at the first checkpoint 4th fastest, but got the hammer down, and by kilometre 76 had taken the lead by 2 seconds. He then went on to extend that to over a minute by the finish line. The Argentine moves up to 3rd in the overall standings.
The last week
It's been really tough for me with the accident of my brother, and also was many ups and downs. So finally to get a stage win and get the confidence back is something really nice. Tomorrow is another tough day. I had to open, so yeah, it's gonna be a hard challenge, but I'm ready to do it.
So after 2 stages, this is how things look overall in the bike category. And for those in W2RC, this is how things stack up going into day 3. On to the quads now, and while he still managed 3rd fastest today, Rodolfo Guilioli's Shippers dropped over 30 minutes to the stage-winning time. As a result, he's also dropped to 3rd overall. Stage 1 winner Abdulaziz Ali had no need to push today at all. The local man carrying a lead of nearly half an hour into today's stage, and with Shippers running into trouble, that lead looks set to extend. Fastest through stage 2 though was Lithuania's Lasvydas Kansius. After his problems on day 1, he rode flat out to drag himself back into contention, and he moves up to 2nd overall.
Only dunes, nothing more. Dunes. Yeah, it's not easy.
So, after 2 stages, Abdulaziz Ali remains on course to make it 3 Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge wins in a row. And this is how things stand in the championship after day 2. An added test after today's stage is the marathon aspect. That means only a limited time to work on your machine, and only the riders can do so. Skylar Howes was a busy boy after picking up a leak on the rear fuel tank of his Husqvarna. He just made it out of service to Parc Fermé in the time allowed, but tomorrow we find out whether or not that repair will actually hold.
I will have a towel if you come to the hotel.
Racing in the desert brings many challenges. Navigating the vast expanses of dunes, surviving the brutal heat, mechanical failure, and running out of fuel.
Around kilometer 150, my bike cut out and I ran out of fuel, which was unfortunate. And I was sitting there for 2 hours waiting for fuel. Yeah, the bike is a lot more heavy when we have both tanks full. There's 5 litres in the back and 17 in the front. So when both are full, it's a bit heavier, but the main thing is we're on enduro bikes compared to the big rally bikes. This holds less fuel, so we sort of have to manage our fuel a bit more.
We're ready for a certain amount and a certain distance, but yeah, it's...
My Rossi telling that, no, I manage.
In the desert, you can't just pull up to a fuel station. So on the Abu Dhabi Desert Challenge, official fuel supplier ADNOC Distribution brings the fuel station to the competitors. When it comes to fuel, we don't take any risk. We go with a full tank. In the sand, we use a lot of fuel. Because you've got to manage the navigation, it's important to have that little margin for error. As well as that, it's cool to see where we are at the refueling stop. It helps us to work out where we are in the race.
Yeah, I don't know if Ross and I are the strategist. We don't really know what's going on. We're trying to figure it out right now, but yeah, quick math we're not good at. We're going to need a calculator, so.
Without ADNOC Distribution transporting thousands of litres of fuel deep into the dunes, the entire event would simply grind to a halt.
Yeah.